the truth is found to be lies, and all the joy you carry within your life. Don't you want somebody to love? Don't you need somebody to love? Wouldn't you love somebody to love? You better find somebody to love.
Hello my dear friends, I have prepared for you a series of 2 videos, and today we're going to be showing the first one based on the lies, on the heliocentric lies. We have all been bamboozled by this huge lie, which is the heliocentric model for generations. So we're going to look at a few of those lies and have a word about it. There's a quote by Lenin when he said, "A lie told often enough becomes the truth." Another quote that I really like, ironically, is by Carl Sagan, the person who actually pushed the heliocentric lie, but I got it from Philip Marshall. He quoted that when he wrote about the false flag event called 9/11. One of the saddest lessons of history is this: if we've been bamboozled long enough, we tend to reject any evidence of the bamboozle. We're no longer interested in finding out the truth. The bamboozle has captured us. It's simply too painful to acknowledge, even to ourselves, that we've been taken. Once you give a charlatan power over you, you almost never get it back. This quote can be applied for several things, including what's the narrative going on right now with the Ukraine and jab and everything. But let's focus today on the heliocentric model. I'm going to start with this. I always hear global defenders saying that the Greek knew Earth was a ball 2,500 years ago. So let's look at this closely. We have here the image of Atlas holding a ball representing Earth. But how many of you have questioned, where is he at? Like, is he standing upon what? If he's holding Earth, is he in space? Was Atlas floating in space holding the ball Earth? No, actually not. This whole thing is based on the flat Earth model. In Greek mythology, Atlas was actually holding the firmament. He was standing upon the flat Earth, holding the firmament, holding the skies. This whole Atlas mythology story is based on the fact that Atlas was holding the firmament. The firmament was cracking, was breaking, and he was, as strong as he was holding the firmament from falling. If we know the story of the flood, we know the skies burst open and water flooded the earth. But Atlas is no more, no less than a figure that was holding the firmament up, preventing it from falling to flat earth. So the Greeks could not believe that the earth was a spinning ball in space, because they are credited to have created the very first computer over 2,000 years ago. It's called the Antikythera mechanism. And this professor, who was able to build a modern model of this mechanism, explains,
"This is a model of the Greek cosmos, geocentric. You can think of this cover plate in the middle as representing the Earth, and everything goes round it. The easy one to spot is the moon, because that's the fastest moving thing on the dial, and it's the front pointer. The night sky was the ancient Greeks' television. What else were you going to look at night? People were much, much more aware of the sky. The calendar was organised according to the moon. Official positions changed. Debts became payable on the new moon. You had to have a calendar that in some way reconciled the year controlled by the sun with the month controlled by the moon. They're tricky numbers, and they're built into the model."
So they were definitely not talking about a spinning ball Earth. And so the Greeks, this idea that the Greeks knew Earth was a ball, it's just another lie that's being repeated over and over and over. And today, starting in schools as being the truth, when in fact the Greeks believed the Earth was flat. If you read any of Greek history, and you also have the Ptolemaic cosmology, it's all based on a flat Earth. Nothing was based on a spinning ball Earth. So don't let this lie that's being told over and over again to become truth. The fact is the Greeks, they believed Earth was flat, and all the cosmology of the past was based upon the fact that Earth is flat. Now let's move on to another topic that I now often come across on my channel. Globe believers claim that there is no up and down on the globe. Up is everywhere towards space, down is towards the center of the Earth. So here we have a model, the globe in space. You have North America on one side, on the upper side, and South America below. Now, they claim that there's no up and down on the globe, but you need to go up if you want to go to North America. If you are at the equator and you need to go to North America, you have to go up this ball. Same thing, if you want to go to South America, you need to go down if you're standing at the equator. Here is what I'm talking about. They claim that Earth is a ball and up is everywhere and down is towards the center of the Earth. But it's still an airplane flying from the south, let's say South Pole, to North Pole, will have to cross the equator at an angle of 90 degrees, meaning there is an up, there is a down on the globe model. Imagine an astronaut. Imagine someone at the fake ISS station looking at the spinning ball Earth and looking at this airplane going 360 degrees around this ball Earth. At some point, this airplane is above the Earth or going below. So there is an up and down on the ball Earth. You cannot go from South America to North America now crossing the equator at a 90-degree angle. There's no other way. This idea, the globe, it's just like another lie they repeat over and over and over so that you can believe that what they're saying is true. But if that was the case, even among globe believers, they have to admit that down, South America is down and North America is up, as we can confirm in the following lyrics of this song. So you don't have a land down under if you don't have another land up and above. So to go from the land up above to the land down under, you need to cross the equator at a 90-degree angle. Right? And there is also another song. Let's listen to this one.
Hey Joe, where you gonna run to now? Hey Joe, I said where you gonna run to now? I'm going without doubt, way down the Mexico way. I'm going way down south, way down to Mexico way, where I can be free, yeah.
I'm pretty sure Joe wasn't talking about going down towards the center of the Earth. Coming from North America going down south to Mexico. So there is an up and down on this ball Earth. And to go from down south to up above, up north, you have to cross the equator at a 90-degree angle. So there are no airplanes really flying at a 90-degree angle. The idea of up and down only makes sense on a flat Earth. On a flat Earth, you really do have an up, you do have down. On a flat Earth, airplanes don't fly at a 90-degree angle when crossing the equator. They ascend, level off on cruise, and descend when landing. So this is the reality. Up is up, down is down on a flat Earth. On the ball, it makes no sense. You do have to cross the equator at a 90-degree angle if you're flying over a spinning ball Earth. The last point that I want to make is this one here. So ball earthers say that the up is everywhere and down is at the core, towards the center of Earth. So I wonder if you, like when I just talked about the compass in the other video, the compass on the ball Earth doesn't work because if what's attracting the needle is at the center of the Earth, so you should point towards the ground, not towards the north. So that only means that you cannot point the compass straight and level if you are on a ball, because according to the ball Earth, the core is what attracts the compass needle. So you should just be pointing it at the center of Earth, down to your feet, and then the compass should be able to read. But instead, you have to point north. We live on a flat Earth. We stand face to face to each other, never feet to feet. And our compasses point to Mount Meru, represented here in this ancient Japanese flat Earth model as being a magnetic mountain in the center of Earth. So our compasses point to the magnetic center pole on the center of the flat Earth. This is just a short video. We will be talking about another subject, the next one. This is all for today, guys. Take care. See you the next time. Bye-bye.
When the truth is fine.